There is a future version of you that is so freaking happy you just kept going. That you ignored the voices of doubt, that you ignored the voices of family, and sometimes toxic friends who tell you you can't do something. Girl, don't believe that shit because they're just imposing their own limitations onto you. Because here's the truth. You and I, only the universe, God knows what we are capable of. Sometimes we're so confined by our own limits, we don't even see how far we can go. So this is your message to keep going. Because you don't know when it's gonna pop off. It could literally be one pace away. But if you give up now, can you imagine? Can you imagine the end of your life if you're told, oh yeah, well actually you were gonna make it in that career, that industry, or you were actually right so close to finding love, you just gave up on it. Can you imagine? So don't give up. Don't.
Hi guys, welcome back to Clare's Archives. You are a force to be reckoned with and they do not want you to know. What does that mean? You have so much potential, you are powerful, you are meant for great things and everyone around you can see it except for you. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is just an eye-opener to not take yourself for granted. Even though we see ourselves or with ourselves every day, we may get used to our power, we may get used to our beauty, our gifts, but in reality, we are forces. We are made to leave a mark on this earth. We are literally made for greatness. And the most dangerous thing you can do is be a powerful person, have great gifts that can change and affect nations and not know it. So step into your power, guys. Learn yourself and love yourself. And yes, I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
A lot of y'all are some people's walking mood boards and they will never tell you. They won't say anything. They will just silently emulate. And I'm telling you, if you needed a reminder to pop your shit, this is your reminder. You are some people's Pinterest. You are some people's inspo. You are the aesthetic to some people, but they won't tell you that. Just keep doing what you're doing because they're watching and they're going to have it on the next day and the next day and the next day.
And just a reminder, you're that girl. You that girl in real life. In the real fucking world, bitch. Everybody else gotta get on the internet and pretend to be somebody. You are somebody already. Don't forget that.
I don't know who needs to hear this message, and it might be for you. But your success is solely on the ability for you to stop shrinking and trying to fit in boxes that you have outgrown. I'm just sharing the message. Stop shrinking. It's time for you to get into a bigger box, a bigger arena. That's where we are, okay? You have done all that you needed to do. You've poured into that space enough. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to step outside your comfort zone. It's a little tricky at first, but so was this other thing. We were afraid to do this other thing before. Now we have mastered that. It's time for us to grow and to step into a new space. I encourage you to stop shrinking. Stop shrinking. You're that girl. It's no need for us to shrink. You're feeling this uncomfortable feeling because it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to get into that next level. I'm rooting for you. I love you.
This is a message for all of my intuitive people. Most people in the world who have not taken the time to hone in on their intuition, they are terrified of you. They are incredibly jealous of you and your intuition and how you know things and how you can see things about people and how you can almost sometimes predict events and how you can prevent yourself from getting into tricky situations because you decide to follow your intuition. Most people are jealous as heck of that. And you know the people that you look up to because you think they're so successful, they're so intelligent, they are threatened to death by you and your intuition, and they secretly want your level of intuitive gifts so badly. And if you are an intuitive person and you're smart, you are an absolute threat to their existence, even if they're your friends, even if they're your colleagues, even if they're people that you actively look up to. Someone who's in touch with their internal intuitive intelligence is in direct alignment with source energy, with God energy. And even though everyone has access to this, not everyone has the ability to turn off their ego enough to actually tune in. And I found out this the hard way because there are many people that I look up to who are in the field of psychology and business and personal development. And they're people that I really look up to. And I would take them through my process, and then they would say stuff like, holy crap, Anna, just you asking me a few questions came to the same conclusion of me taking these professional tests, these professional psychological evaluations. How did you do that? And I was like, it's really obvious to me, like this is what I do. I help people connect with their genius, and I see it, right? And I never knew why they stopped talking about me, stopped talking to me. But then I would see that they would copy some of the stuff that I was doing. And I just was like, okay, cool, to each his own. But it just hit me. They were so threatened because they had credentials and certifications after the. They were so threatened by my intuitive gifts that to them seemed crazy because I didn't have to learn it or study it from a textbook. I learned it and studied it from source, right? They were so threatened that they're like, this person cannot exist. And for some reason, they feel like they're a threat to me and my livelihood, even though like I thought we were friends. And I was like more than happy to help them, you know? So if you are very intuitive, and if you also happen to be neurodivergent, and if you also happen to be intuitive and intellectual, and God forbid, also somewhat good looking, you are a triple, quadruple threat to people around you. And you don't even know it. You don't even see it. But what you need to realize is that we can't expect other people to reflect back to us our own state of innocence that we have about the world, because they are in their ego. And that's why they can't access their intuition. And it's even more important that you believe in your intuition and that you believe in yourself even more when you are faced with people ghosting you, when you are faced with active resistance, because what you have is what they want, but they can't realize that they can actually achieve it for themselves. So own your intuition. It is a divine gift, and it is something that the more you lean into it, the more shift, the more influence you're going to have over others in this world to help them access that part of source. And you are amazing.
I did not realize how many people benefited from me not knowing my full power. If I knew then what I know now, my life would look very different, but that's not the point. Growing up, I could think of a few people who used to say that I talk too much or that I was annoying or whatever, right? And then as I've gotten older, I've met more and more people who've told me that they love hearing me talk. They could listen to me talk for hours. Last year, I decided to post a TikTok, and I find that tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands even, have enjoyed listening to me talk. And they ask me to talk for much more time. People have been asking me to get on YouTube and make half-an-hour videos. I don't have that much to say yet, but, you know, I'll get there. And I just think about it, like, what if I believed the lies? What if I believed the lies and I decided to just stop talking altogether? There's so many adults I know who are so nervous to speak up out of fear of judgment. And I'm sure that that has something to do with something that they were told when they were kids. The funny thing about haters, and you guys ask me, how do I feel when people leave negative comments, whatever? I love it because haters see you before you do. They know your power, they know your potential, and that's the point.
Where you going? Come on, baby. Have a seat. Sit down. Let me tell you something, baby. You are not the problem. You are not the problem, and that is the problem. They want you to be the problem so bad so that they don't have to look at themselves and know that they are the issue. Baby, they want to make you feel so small so they can feel big standing on the side of you. What you need to know and understand is that you are a giant, baby. You are a giant, and they are mad because standing next to you, they feel small. So they have to try their best to dim your light so they can shine. But baby, you can never outshine the sun. You can't never outshine the sun. So let me tell you what you gonna do. The next time that you see them, you are gonna walk around with a smile on your face, with your head held high, and you will be ultraviolet. You understand me? Be ultraviolet. You were meant to shine, and shine you shall. All right? So as you go out there and be fabulous like I know you can be, continue being great in their face. And as always, you have a good day on purpose here. You're welcome.
Did you know that to most people, you're very attractive? Like, for real. To most people, you are very attractive. It's just, you're not your type. You're so used to seeing yourself that you've become accustomed to how beautiful you are. But the thing is, like, we don't really ever see ourselves truly. But, like, you're really good looking. I just want you to know that. Like, for real, for real. I mean, hey, you taking my breath away, okay?
They don't want you to know this, but you are very powerful. And you absolutely can do it by yourself. You don't need no one to support you. The amount of work that you get done alone when you're by yourself, when you have no distractions, is crazy. When you're focused, you truly are focused. And God needs you to focus on yourself and do what you have to do and stay positive. Stay positive because you absolutely create your reality. You do. You're a top tier manifester and you know this. It's time to leave those who don't matter. And I don't want to say they don't matter because everyone matters to a certain extent. But I want you to leave people alone and focus so hard on yourself that you never want for nothing ever again. You're going through a lot and I know you are. I know you are because I am. Financially, spiritually, even physically. But because you're such a lighthearted person, a pure, kind-hearted spirit, God is going to bless you. And He don't want you to focus on relationships because they're not adding anything to you. You've been in toxic... I'm sorry somebody called me, but listen. You know what's so crazy? There's another card that just popped out and I did it like unexpectedly because I answered the phone and I guess I just, but it says you are supported. You are supported. So even though the people are not supporting you right now, you are supported. Your people, your tribe, they're going to come in. They are. And you don't have to worry about nothing, not a dang thing, because God got you. He's always going to take care of you. You're very powerful. You're a great manifester. You can quite literally do anything that you put your mind to. Quite literally anything you put your mind to. So keep going. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Remain steadfast. Keep your head on a swivel. Do what you gotta do. God will take care of you and all your needs. Not some, but all. But in order for your things to come into place, this is what you have to do. You have to give back to others. The lessons that you're learning, you need to let other people know. Because people are going through it out here in this world. They are so bad. And you have the answers for them. So what are you going to do? Are you going to continue letting people go through whatever they're going through? Or are you going to be the blueprint that we all need? Yeah. What's that question against us? Okay, let me book me out.
And if people are already intimidated by you before you become who you are, when you still on the come up, when you still building who you are, imagine what they gonna feel like once you do make it, once you do become who they know you're gonna be. Because it's coming. People haters, it's like they can smell it on you. They can feel it on you. It's like a sixth sense. And they know it's coming, so they gotta try to dim your light before you make it. Let me talk him down, belittle him, make him feel less important than what he really is or who she really is. But it's coming for you. So once you really do have the money, the fame, the power, the clout, the pussy, then what? Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Hopefully they'll croak and fucking die.
The moment you know your worth, everybody panics because once you know it, you're kind of unstoppable. When you stop people pleasing, people will stop being pleased, and that's okay.
People should be at least a little bit scared of you. First off, if someone says off the bat that you're intimidating, you're hot. So that's number one. Second, if people feel like they can't mess up too much around you, odds are you have very high standards. We're adults, so I'm not talking about having tantrums and screaming matches and psychological warfare in order to get your way. Have standards. Have standards, make it very clear that people know what your standards are. Carry yourself with dignity. Do not beg people for anything. Once you have stated your terms, respectfully, quietly, temperately, do not budge. Don't budge. Don't ever move your price. When I was in Morocco, they literally gave me the name Fatima in the souks because of how well I negotiated. And the only person that I was not able to negotiate with was with this woman who was so calm, said her price, did not say much else. She did not want to engage in chit chat with me the way that everybody else did that was willing to go for like a fifth of the price that they were initially saying to me. People notice things. People notice when you're the type of person who said, oh, I'm not going out this weekend, but then you can be convinced to go out. Be very careful with what you say. State your claim once, don't budge.